What's up guys, Michael here, and today's video is, spoiler, life only gets harder. Stay tuned, keep watching. So you may be wondering, why would anyone make a video about life being hard? But let's face it, life's hard. I want to give you the who, what, when, where, why of life getting harder and how to acclimate that within your faith. Why does life get harder? Because as you grow up, right, when you're 5 years old, you don't have the responsibilities when you're 25 or when you're 35 or when you're 65. When you're 5 years old, the only thing you're worried about is playing in the grass and nap time. When you're 25 years old, you're trying to learn how to manage your finances. You have rent and your car note and your gas. All these things start piling up that you had no idea about when you were 5 years old. Likewise, when you're 35, by this point in time, you could be married, you could have 5 kids, you could have a mortgage you have to pay for. Your responsibilities in your life begin to increase, right? But in the midst of life's increasing responsibilities and difficulties, we have our faith as an anchor for our souls. There becomes a shift in our life when maturity and growth are the only options that we have. In James, it says that we should consider it pure joy when we face trials because it's the testing of our faith. As a disciple, as a Christian, when life gets hard, it is not hard for no reason. There's a benefit to it. In Romans 8:28 says that he's working all things to the good of those who love him. There is a reason, there's a purpose behind every single moment of pain. It only brings you closer to him. In Matthew 5, it says that God sends the rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. So hard times are coming for everybody. As a Christian, you have hope in the hard times. Just like it says in John 8:31, Jesus said, if you hold to my teachings, then you are a disciple and you will know the truth and the truth will set you free. Free from what? The confines and the lack of understanding that this hard time does come to an end. Let's even say that this hard time is cancer or a sickness, a terminal illness. At the end of that terminal illness, you still have a hope. You still have a future that goes far beyond this life. In the hardness of life, there is a hope that is everlasting. So I've been living in LA for almost 9 years now, and I remember when it was the 5th time I'd actually been homeless in LA. I had nowhere to go, I had no place to stay, and I had to ask the studio manager of the dance studio that I was a work study at if I could sleep on the couch. And I remember it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up and had been having a horrible nightmare. I sat there and I wept, because I did not understand what was going on. I felt like I had worked so hard that I didn't deserve what was going on in my life. I had done no one any wrong, or so that I could think of. I had done everything I could to try to propel my dream to become true. I'd helped others that were around me when I didn't have much to give myself. Why was I in such a predicament? Why was I in such need? I remember praying, God, all I have is you right now. The only decision I have is to have faith that you're going to work this out because I have no other option. The other option is suicide. So I'm going to choose to believe that you're going to fix this for me. It was like that for 3 days. Somehow, some way, one of my closest friends, Furley, called me. I know the situation that you're in, and I have a friend who has a room for you. You're not gonna have to pay for it. It'll just be for the month to get you on your feet. And I remember looking up in awe and astonishment that God was faithful. Why was I so surprised? Because I was so overcome by my circumstance. I was so focused in on what I was going through that yes, I prayed and had faith, but I still was surprised that God would show up in that way instead of being expectant that he would prove to be the God that he says he is. So I say that all to say, yes, life gets harder, but there is an everlasting hope that exists on the opposite side of every hard situation you will ever walk through. Stay hopeful, stay encouraged, and stay in the fight. I'm in there with you. Stay tuned for more videos. I love you guys. It's just my mother-in-law vacuuming the floor. Am I going?
Yeah.
Ain't. Ready?
Go for it.
Okay. I don't even know. That's a horrible ending. Does that sound okay? Okay.
You know what? You look